Yo, alright, today I got a short, quick video on how I prepare chicken breast. Chicken breast is really low in fat, high in protein, and I like to cook it on top of the stove instead of baking it because it's just a lot more fun for me and you get a lot of flavor out of it as well. Now when you're cooking your chicken breast, all you need is a pan. I like to use coconut oil, just enough coconut oil to cover the bottom of the pan. Your chicken breast, no skin, no bones, and some salt. That's all I use to season mine is salt. You can add any other seasonings that you would like, but if you cook it properly, you don't really need much else. The natural flavor of the chicken is good itself. Alright, so now you know what you need. I'm gonna go ahead and get into showing you what you need to do. Alright, we start the process off by adding some salt. Most people have their salt in little shakers. I do my salt like this. It's real easy for me. So basically you just add salt to one side of the chicken. Now I've added salt to my chicken. So now what I'm doing is I got my coconut oil in the pan and I have my pan on medium heat to warm it up. Like I said, you just need enough to coat the bottom of the pan because basically all you're going to do is sear the chicken on one side and then lower the heat and then just let it cook all the way through halfway, flip it, let it cook the other half, and then it'll be done. It's a very simple process. It's hard to mess up, and the demo is going to be fairly quick. So once my pan's nice and warm, we'll drop the chicken in and finish the cooking process. So like I said earlier, all you need is enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan. Oh, my pan's kind of shiny. I don't know if you can see that. But it's barely just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Nothing coming up the sides or anything like that. And now that it's good and warm, what I'm going to do is just take one piece of chicken at a time and drop it in the pan. Now every time you drop a piece of this cold chicken in the pan cools off a little bit. So what you want to do is wait a little before you put another piece in and give the pan enough time to heat back up so it will sear the other side. Sear the next piece of chicken. Alright, it should be warmed up a little bit more again by now, so we can put this next piece in. I'm going to fit 2 more pieces in there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to season the back side of the chicken, and then we're just going to turn the heat down to in between medium and low and just wait for it to cook all the way halfway through. The way you know it's halfway through is the chicken will start turning white as it gets cooked, and once that white part gets halfway through the largest part of the chicken, it's okay to go ahead and flip it and cook it on the other side. There's no need to change the heat anymore after you drop this initial heat, so just flip it, let the other side cook until it's done all the way through, and then you're done. Alright, when it's time to flip, I'll be back. I'm lowering the heat down in between medium and low, and I'm going to just let it go until all pieces are cooked halfway through the largest part of the piece of the chicken. Alright, so now my chicken is all cooked on one side. As you can see, it's white more than halfway through on one side, especially on the largest part of the chicken breast. So what I'm going to do now is just flip them, and then once I flip them, I'll just cook it until the rest of it turns the correct color, and then they'll be done. They'll be nice, juicy, and delicious. And since I only use salt, I'm actually going to get to taste the flavor of the natural chicken itself. and not the seasonings that I basically mask the natural flavor with. So salt is used to just enhance the natural flavor of the food. So I'm actually going to be eating chicken flavored chicken. Yo, I'm back and my chicken is done. Now the best way to know it's done is that number one, it's white all the way through. And another way to know is if you look really close, if you push down, you can see some juice coming out the top, and that juice is completely clear. Alright, so now I'm going to take these off my pan. Alright, so now that the chicken's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it open and show you how juicy it is when done properly. I know a lot of people say they won't eat the white part of the chicken or the chicken breast because it's too dry. Well, it's dry because it's just been overcooked like most people do most of their foods. But when you do it the proper way, it stays juicy. And also, since it has this nice sear at the top and on the bottom, what that does is it seals the juices in. So even when you reheat it, it's still going to be juicy. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and just cut this. And this is how I cut all my meat. Alright, now check this out. Can you see that? Look at this juice. Just ridiculously juicy still on the inside. Completely cooked all the way through. It was only seasoned with salt, so it actually tastes like chicken's supposed to taste. A lot of protein, a little bit of fat, and it's extra good. Thanks for watching.